Can you put your phone down for a second for me? Okay. So, you stole yesterday, $100 bill?
I did not. Why do I have to stay in jail for something like this? I didn't hurt someone. I mean, this is crazy. I've never been in trouble in my entire life. Why do I have to spend the night in jail for this? Officially for
because you were under arrest. Okay.
A job's a privilege and not a right. To have a functional business, employers have to trust their staff to not only look out for their business, but also their bottom line. But unfortunately, when the boss isn't there, some employees get a case of sticky fingers. And when they do, that's when we see these dumb employees getting caught stealing on the job. On August 20th, 2024, police were dispatched regarding an internal theft by a Cracker Barrel employee. When they arrived on scene, they were greeted by the manager, who said the thieving employee was still inside.
Just went up front. She left? She might still be up front. She just walked out, so she might be up front still. Okay. So, what's the story behind it? So, she basically over about 3 months, she stole $20 million worth of cash out of her business. Okay. And we're pressing charges. You gonna press charges? We have written statement. Okay. What does she wear? Pink shirt, pink polo shirt, black, brown cracker apron. Pink polo shirt, yeah, black, white, black, body on her. Black or white, female, black. Is she leaving to go home, or is she just out leaving to go home?
Hello.
Come with me, Miss Laura.
Okay. Officially for
because you were under arrest. Okay. Don't be stupid. Okay?
I'm not.
Everything I'm doing, you know what I'm doing.
She denied the theft and started resisting arrest. But after a brief struggle, the cops managed to get both handcuffs on with minimal effort. She was then escorted off the premises without incident. As is often the case, when the cops told her why she was being arrested, she started playing dumb.
I have no idea.
So you're under arrest for grand theft, for stealing from Cracker Barrel.
I haven't stole anything. I just admitted to everything. So what are you talking about?
All right, let me take a step back then. You're being detained pending investigation.
Sir, I just told them everything.
Do you have anything on you?
Yeah, sir, I'm trying to go home.
Well, as right now, you're being detained.
For what?
Pending an investigation.
Well, now I gotta get my food.
What food?
I had other food.
Okay.
You know, okay?
And I can give it in my car right now. We're gonna go around back. We're gonna go around back. We're gonna figure everything out.
Somebody needs to tell our suspect that with your hands behind your back, it's virtually impossible to eat. After securing the suspect in the back of the cruiser, the officers met with the regional loss prevention manager, who filled them in on the finer details, including how the suspect's thievery managed to go undetected for several weeks.
She's detained. What do we got?
No, I don't like it. Sorry. So, I've got her for about $2,364.
Okay.
Here's her statement, which she refused to write down $2,300. She was in bed. I put it that much. Here's her written statement of her admitting to taking cash. You can have that one. So what she would do is, a guest would walk up with a ticket. She would not scan it in the register, and then she would be on her phone, like cash with the money in the register, but she could tally on her phone, and then she would, into her shift, would take all the time she did throughout the day. She get a tally of it and take it out of the register and fill it. So from about May to the end of July, almost $2,400.
The manager told the officer that he had all the video and transactional evidence they needed and said the company wanted to press charges. The suspect had some questions of her own, and the officer was more than happy to fill the woman in.
So again, you're being detained pending an investigation. Be Alec. I'm telling you.
Would I be able to come home tonight?
Can I tell you what's going on? I have no idea what's going on. Okay?
Brian, I'm trying to talk to my mom, and he up here being difficult.
Okay. So again.
I mean, here, I could at least have my phone while I'm in here. I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to talk to my mother. And I was playing with this because I'm worried. I have to eat.
You're detained pending a criminal investigation, which means you can't do anything.
I can't do what?
You have to sit here pending my investigation.
Okay, can I call my mom? You were just gonna let me call my mom the other same. So about I'm being rude. How is I'm being rude? I don't know my
Do me a
mom's
favor,
number.
step back. Step back.
It's aggravating.
Put your feet back in, please.
Okay, what's going on? I'm trying to see what's going on, sir.
Again, there is.
What is I being detained for?
There is
I just told him everything I needed to know.
The officer explained to the suspect that at this point, she was only alleged to have committed grand theft, and pending the investigation, she could be arrested. The officer wanted to question her further, but after reading her Miranda rights, she declined to answer further questions.
You don't want to answer any questions? Okay. All right, so at this time you are under arrest for grand theft. You'll be going down to Palm Beach County Jail. It is a felony for the amount of money that you're alleged to have stolen.
What amount of money they keep putting on me that's not even true? Like I'm getting tired of that. I'm really finna get mad.
Okay. All right. Well, just know that I'm doing my job. I'm doing based off their investigation, where they said it's criminal in nature, which based off their evidence.
Oh, the girl, stop.
Did you have a question?
No, I was about to say something, but I really just keep quiet.
Okay. All right.
Because it just don't make no sense. They lying on me, saying I stole this type of money when I didn't steal no money. Just like they said I stole merchandise when I'll be paying for the merchandise. I don't understand this job, bro. I really don't understand this job. I'm the sweetest person, bro. I don't do that type of job. That job just pisses me off. I just want to go home.
Okay. Unfortunately, today they're gonna have a detour before you go home. Now be to the Palm Beach County Jail.
The suspect told the officer she already had another court date for an unrelated incident. After the officers discussed what to charge her with, she was transferred to another vehicle and taken to the county jail.
Just before you go in, real quick, hold on real quick. Anything, just hair, anything else in there? All right, so when you get to the county, they're gonna go ahead and take that off, so we'll leave it on there for right now, if you want, so that I don't want, if I take this off, is everything gonna be fine? All right, we'll do it at county. Watch your step, get on in there, Miss Eccleston. I'll buckle you up, safety first, right? Any questions for me before you go?
I asked you because I was asking how many charges.
Okay, you have one charge of grand theft for all of it combined. All right? So that's the official charge, which is a felony, which you'll have to see the judge and they'll figure everything out, okay? All right?
The suspect was charged with grand theft under $5,000, but there's also a bit more. 4 months prior, she was also arrested in a separate incident and charged with 3 counts of fraud for illegal use of credit cards, 3 more counts of fraud for impersonation using ID without consent, as well as larceny. Unfortunately for the woman, when reviewing her new grand theft case, they'll consider her entire rap sheet. On May 15, 2024, an officer was dispatched to the Child Guidance and Family Solutions Center after an accountant was accused of stealing almost $20 grand through fraudulent transactions.
So this is Jason, right?
Yes, Jason, Sue. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so you came across some irregularities, I assume, in your books? We did. We did. So last Thursday, I identified a irregular cash transaction that didn't sync up to our normal payroll. And when I dug into it, it turned out that it was an extra special payroll that went through to our payroll clerk, done by herself for $5,000. When I looked into it a little bit more, I found there were about, 8 other transactions that what she had been doing over the previous. So 9 in all?
Essentially, the employee manipulated payroll records, exploiting sick leave, PTO, and vacation time. Trying to cover her tracks and embezzle as much as she could to maximize her payday, fraudulently, she increased her salary. Unfortunately for her, the company was on to her and began gathering evidence.
This information over here is the pay dates and what was taken. So she paid herself a total of $17,000 more than what she should have. And then this is our fringe and tax liability portion of that. So it cost us $1,500 on top of that. So we're looking at $19,500 in total. and then she has some company-owned assets at home. The total one was $990 of monitors and type of stuff.
So she works from home?
Occasionally.
Occasionally she
Okay.
would.
Yeah.
Is she currently there or currently here?
She has been terminated.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's aware this is going on?
Correct. Well,
She's
she knows
aware
she's
of
been
their-
terminated.
Yeah. She's aware that we know.
Yes.
I don't think she knows we're getting you guys involved.
The employees informed the officer that the suspect hadn't cooperated with them. They'd scheduled an in-person meeting with her to formally inform her about her termination, get their property back, and make a plan for restitution. But unfortunately, she never showed up. With evidence in hand, they then got in touch with a local police department to track her down. She was eventually picked up without incident.
Hi, Heather. I'm Officer Sam Decker, police. You know what's going on today?
I have some idea. I didn't
Some
realize it
idea?
was like this.
Okay. What do you think's going on?
It was from payroll, and so now apparently.
So I'm going to read you your rights, and I'll give you option to talk to me, not talk to me, making statements if you don't want to, then we'll send you on your way. If not, we'll discuss what's going on, okay?
Judging by the woman's demeanor, it appeared as though the suspect didn't think her crimes were a big deal. But after the officer read her Miranda rights, and she started realizing how severe things were, the suspect started playing dumb.
So what's going on?
I don't know what I'm charged with. I don't know what they're saying I did.
Well, what do you think? I'll tell you exactly what I have, but tell me in your mind what you think's going on.
I paid myself out hours, like
Okay.
vacation hours, last year, and then I did a payroll that reversed, and that's then they figured everything out. And so I was supposed to meet with them yesterday at 3:30, and I didn't because I was trying to do a job. And I guess I don't know if they were going to pick me up yesterday. And they didn't say that they were doing any. I didn't know anything.
Well, they called me today. I worked yesterday, they did not call me yesterday. They called me today saying everything that's going on. So right now what we have is going to be 10 charges, all right? One is tampering with records.
How did I? Okay.
Because it's through the payroll computer software, and it's an official document, registered, goes through taxes and stuff like that. So it's going to be, that's just how it's written up. All right, that's going to be the highest level charge. This is a felony 3. All right.
If this woman thought she could walk away with almost $20,000 in stolen money, she had another thing coming. Furthermore, skipping an official meeting because you were looking for a job isn't a valid excuse, especially after a crime of such magnitude. As the officer continued reading her charges, she realized her troubles were just beginning.
There were 9 payroll charges done since October 6th or something, right? And any of the I think there's division of 4 or 5. I can't remember which one's which, but anything over $1,000 is a felony 5. Anything under $1,000 was minor misdemeanor 1 or misdemeanor 1. Right. So I know they're split 4 and 5. I can't remember which way is which. I know they're all real close to 1,000 except for this last one, which is pretty big. Other than that, so they called me today, find out what's going on, and after talking with them, this is what they chose to do. So that's why we're here. So since it kind of falls out of the house to talk to you, and here we are. Okay.
The officer informed the suspect that she was headed to the county jail for processing. When she realized that most likely she'd be spending the night in jail, the reality of her consequences quickly caught up with her.
Today? Well, is this going to happen today?
You'll be today. What's going to happen today is once we're done, this officer here is going to drive to the county. You'll be booked into the county. All right. And then the next day or two, today's Wednesday. Next day or two, you'll be in front of the judge. All right.
I'm staying in jail for the next 2 days?
The next day or two. So you could be arraigned in the morning.
I'm staying the night in jail?
Tonight, yes, you will.
They told me when they picked me up that I wasn't.
Fourth, that's what's going to happen.
That's not their fault. That's God's fault.
Yeah. Okay. So you're spending the night
Oh
this
my
night.
God! Oh my gosh, please. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm gonna be, oh my God.
It's amazing how little some people know about the law. What kind of universe does she live in if she thought stealing $19,000 would just be a slap on the wrist? She might have been upset about what she'd done, or she might be upset that she got caught. But the only thing that matters here is that she'll definitely be brought to justice.
Just so you know, they're also concerned about the equipment you have at home.
I have a monitor. They can have it. I was coming there.
Listen. Hold on. You're not being charged with that. Just let you know that's something that they're concerned with eventually. All right. So I even put in the report there that's something they're concerned with, but it's not listed as being considered being stolen or anything like that because you had permissions to use it from home. Okay. Just keep in mind. Don't break it. Don't destroy it. Don't complicate things when you have it. I'm saying you have an office full of things of your own too there.
Yes.
So what I told them, same thing to tell you is when you're ready, when you have the opportunity to gather their belongings, have somebody record you as you gather their belongings, right? So that way you show it's not broken or damaged or destroyed, and then you can call one of us. And we can help facilitate property exchange there, so that way they can't say you broke anything, damaged anything, and vice versa.
She had no concerns whatever about giving the company's property back. Like a typical criminal, the only thing she cared about was herself, and more specifically, just where she'd be heading. She seemed to think that jail only existed to house violent criminals. Apparently, the term white-collar crime was unknown to her.
Why do I have to stay in jail for something like this? I didn't hurt someone. I mean, this is crazy. I've never been in trouble in my entire life. Why do I have to spend the night in jail for this? I will come back. I promise. I know, but this is like crazy.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I've never done anything. I don't. Oh my God.
All right, Heather. Let's be anything further. I'm gonna get you going, okay? Watch your knees.
The suspect was charged with 4 counts of misdemeanor theft, 5 counts of grand theft classified as felonies, and 1 count of tampering with records.
I've been on probation before I did this. It happens.
On the 6th of July, 2022, the cops responded to a call from a local gas station regarding a theft. Upon arrival, they met the gas station manager and she informed them about the theft. The night before, an employee was caught on video stealing $100 from the register.
And is that employee fired now?
No, she's supposed to come in at 11.
What's her name?
Paris, but her real name is Azari.
And this was yesterday?
Yes.
About what time?
It happened around 9:57 p.m.
$200 bills?
She only takes 100, but she tries to hide it. So there's $200 bills there and $2 bills. I don't know if you can see it.
Where does she hide it at?
She's got it in either her hand or her pocket right now.
Okay.
So it's in her pocket right now, but then she'll remove it, and then she'll put $100 bill. So it's in her hand right now. She'll put $100 bill in her apron pocket up here and only take $100 and $102 back out and do a safe drop.
The manager decided to press charges. As the suspect had a history with law enforcement, the cop decided to leave momentarily and then return when she showed up so as not to scare her off. But before he could make his exit, the suspect showed up for her shift.
Can you put your phone down for a second for me? Okay. So, you stole yesterday, $100 bill,
I did not steal.
and they want to report it. So, right now you are being arrested for that.
Can I call 784?
You'd be able to at the jail.
I did not steal. Oh my God. Hey, I'm being arrested.
Okay. Is that all the stuff you need? Is it just this bag? Okay. And this your keys? This all your stuff? Is this yours? Or this?
No, that's mine.
Okay.
No, don't pick her.
Alright. I'm gonna get this. No, not right now.
I didn't steal $100 bill.
You know, take a seat right there for me. Just 1 second. I'll talk to you in just a second.
The officer read the suspect her Miranda rights. After explaining she was caught on video stealing, the suspect stated she'd refrain from answering questions without a lawyer. Another officer arrived, and the first officer coached the manager about the barring process.
Do you want to fire her, I guess, because this has happened before, and people aren't told they're fired, so they come back to work after they're barred.
Yeah.
So just, you have to let her know that she is fired, and then however long y'all want to bar her.
I don't know how long I need to bar her for.
We go usually up to 2 years, but I've seen a couple weeks, but
I'll go 2 years.
2 years? Okay. Have you ever barred anybody before?
I have not.
Okay, so literally all you have to say is you're barred for 2 years, and that's literally it. So if you want to let her know that she's fired as well, you can say, hey, you're fired, or whatever y'all say for that, and just at the end say you're barred for 2 years. Gotcha. What's up? Miss McCall has to tell you something?
So you are terminated and you will be barred from our store for 2 years.
Gotcha. Thank you.
While asking a manager to bar a former employee straight to their face may seem awkward, it's important to let the suspect know they mean business. As one officer searched the woman's belongings, the other officer came across an interesting piece of evidence.
Probably what she used. Went to Crystal's. Used $100 cash.
Yeah,
$100 bill. Yeah, there's a receipt here. I'll take a picture of it and put it in evidence with it, but she used $100 yesterday at 1:14 a.m. Okay. And then got changed back. So you want to sit with her for a second? I'm going to go inside.
Yesterday was it?
Yeah, last night at 9:57, they have it on camera. They weren't able to, oh, there you go.
Yeah, safety on it.
There it is. They weren't able to, they weren't able to save the photo of it or save the video. It's too big to send and my phone won't do it. I took a video of it on my camera and they said they were gonna try to get a disc, but they didn't know how to do it inside.
The officer informed the employees regarding his next steps. The suspect was taken to the station for processing. Once there, the officer gathered and recorded evidence before taking the suspect in for booking.
Can you come over for a second? I gotta get some cash out. I'd like another person to be here when I do it. I have my camera on, but if you want to cut yours on, that'd be great.
Sure.
I'm just gonna put it all on this and then I'll go to evidence and that receipt.
There.
This is $84 should be. Ooh. Should just be 84. 84.90. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,
There's more than that.
Yeah, this was a different pile. So that's 40 bucks. 20, 40, 60, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. She had too much change in there. I don't know if that's really 90 cents worth of change.
It's critical for cops to thoroughly document everything when handling cash, as they have to protect themselves from theft accusations or being held liable if there are any accounting issues. To be fair to the suspect, instead of lashing out while waiting to be booked, she was fairly reflective. Let's hope she had a learning experience and a wake-up call to turn her life around.
I've been on probation before I did this.
You're like, I can't even.
It happens. And they got a business to run, so I mean that's the kind of position they're put in. They have to act on it, and it's not them that want to do it. It's management and everything like above them. There's certain rules they got to do. So
I'm bad at myself. I'm just not mad.
well, maybe it's take it as like a learning experience. So you still get your day in court. You can kind of go from there. And like I said, it's a $100 theft, misdemeanor theft. So, and they'll let you know. What's up, man? It's a nice little outfit.
Yeah.
They booked the woman on misdemeanor theft by taking. Although she did break the law, she at least took some accountability for her actions, which is far more than we can say for our next suspect. On April 23, 2024 in Florida, police were called to a 7-Eleven after an employee was caught stealing. It was over $15,000 in just 4 weeks. According to reports, the suspect was pocketing up to $800 a day by discreetly loading gift cards during her shifts.
How's it going, bud? You're the gentleman that we're meeting with? Okay. All right, beautiful. So what's going on?
Show you the okay. So I have 19 locations. So
Okay.
this is the location that I'm having some issues. I just took over that
Right.
2 months back, right?
Okay.
So every time they have audit, inventory, 7-Eleven, they do their stuff. I'm
Yeah.
short. I was
Yeah.
trying to find what is going on.
Okay.
It has to be, according to our business, most of the time is employee steal it, but I have a $15,000 shortage, almost.
All right.
On
How much?
$15,000.
Yeah, that's.
Well, 14,900 something,
Yeah.
right? From the cash on 19th, I think Friday, I had $816 short from the register.
Right.
Then I go like, you know what? I'm busy guy, right? In the
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I'm going to spend some time and find out.
Okay.
Then one of the employees see that she took $405 something. This is on the video. I have that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share with you guys anyway.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? Forget the 15. This is what I have right now.
Right.
I want to move forward with that
Okay.
thing. So I want the.
All right. So right now we have today what we're dealing with is we're dealing with $400 and something.
Yes.
It's no secret, of course, that overall, thieves are greedy people. While you might get away with stealing a few dollars here or there, when 15 grand goes missing, people do ask questions. After stating his intent to press charges, the cops were taken inside to confront the suspect.
Hello. How you doing? My name is Officer Damian Ferriolo. I'm with the Delray Beach Police Department. This is Officer Swanson. He's my buddy. The reason we're here today is because this is Russell. Do you know who Russell is?
It's my boss.
He's your boss. Okay. So Russell has concerns that you have stolen from the store.
What? Can call someone to test it for me?
Well, I don't have someone on duty right now, but I mean, you seem like you understood me very perfectly clear when I was asking for ID and everything. I believe if you work in the store, you deal with people that are speaking English all day long. I believe that you understand these things that I'm telling you. If you need clarification on what I'm trying to say, I'll clarify it for you. I don't mind taking, I don't care if we spend the next half hour just talking about these things. I just want to make sure you understand your rights. Okay?
First, let's take a moment to acknowledge the size of that officer. I mean, just take a look at this guy. He's like an entire precinct in one. Still, even with the intimidation factor on their side, the officers struggled to question the suspect. She claimed she was having trouble understanding, but the officers here had a sneaking suspicion that she was just playing dumb.
So 5 days ago, on Friday, the day before the weekend, he watched the video, and do you know what we saw in the video? Do you know what we saw? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I saw, okay? And then maybe you could tell me why, okay? I saw you put $400 on a gift card that you then put into your purse.
Friday?
Friday. It's on video. You put $400 on a gift card, and then you put the gift card in your purse, but you never put $400 in the drawer. So when you put the $400 on the gift card, that's like stealing $400 from the cash register because you put it on the gift card.
By this point, questioning the woman was virtually impossible. As if she wasn't making it hard enough, when confronted with the fact that there was video evidence of the theft, her understanding of English took a dramatic nosedive. While they were hoping for a confession, the woman just wouldn't budge.
We know that you did it. We want to know why. We, him and me, is we, and Russ too. He seems like a nice enough guy. Why did you steal that money? Not did you, why did you? We know you did. We want to know why you did.
Why I did?
Why did you steal the money?
Why I did?
Why did you put the $400 on the gift card and put it in your purse?
Maybe the gift card.
Maybe the what? The gift card?
The gift card. Can I load? But I saw that oh my god. I load on.
She just can't process it fast enough.
No,
she's back on the story.
She's trying to figure out what we want to hear. I don't want you to tell me what you think we want to hear. You're a smart girl. I can tell you're smart and I can tell you understand. Okay? So you don't have to think about a story. You don't have to try to convince me that you can't understand me. All we're trying to ask is listen. We're trying to figure out why you put $400 on the gift card.
The officer then told the suspect that while the owner was down about 15 grand in total, she was only being accused of stealing $400 of it. He explained to the woman that if she didn't work with them, it could quickly turn into a felony investigation and it could result in a lengthy jail sentence.
Who taught you to go in the register and put $400 on a card and then take it? So another employee here told you to do that, or did you figure it out on your own?
Another employee?
Tamara.
No.
Okay. You're just asking us the same things that we're saying over and over. He's saying, in other words, did you figure that out? Or did someone teach you that you could scam the system by putting $400 on a gift card? Because I saw you had it written down on a little piece of paper. You didn't even have the gift card out because you're trying to be less suspicious. Do you know what suspicious is? You're trying to be less obvious. All right?
Sneaky.
Yes, very sneaky.
Just in case other employees were involved, the owner wanted to know who taught the suspect this intricate scam. He definitely had to know so he could protect his business from other rogue employees. Unfortunately, the man's questions fell on deaf ears because the suspect kept pretending she didn't understand.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be placing you under arrest. Okay? You're going to jail because of the crimes. You're not really talking to us, so if I can't really talk to you, I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to waste his time, I don't want to waste our time. So I'm going to just put you under arrest because you're not talking to us. All right, let me have you put your hands behind your back. All right? Tamara, you got to put your hands behind your back. Turn around. You got to turn around. Put your palms together like you're praying. All right? You want to put your palms together like you're praying. All right? Let me see the other hand. No, you gotta put your other hand out. Put your palms together like you're praying. Your palms, yeah, like that.
The suspect was charged with felony grand theft. She received 5 years probation and had to pay $14,000 in restitution. But if you think 15 grand's a lot to steal, just wait till you hear our next story. On September 17, 2023, police were dispatched to a hotel regarding a call about identity theft. According to hotel staff, a guest and his girlfriend booked a room using a credit card, but the actual card holder called in and complained after getting charged for the unauthorized transaction.
Yeah, a question for you guys.
Yes.
Is Sean in here? Okay, where'd you guys get the credit card from?
Where is he?
Is anybody else in here? Okay.
What's his
Where's
name?
he at? Hey, come out here, man.
QCMG?
No.
Yo, with your hands up where we can see him, step out here now!
You step outside. I got less people. Come on out.
Where we can see your hands.
Put your hands in your head.
What do you want to do with it?
Put your hands on your head.
You can go detain him.
Where'd you get the credit card? Excuse me? Where'd you get the credit card from?
The suspect claimed that his boss, Jason, booked the room for him, which was strange, considering the boss's name did not match the name on the booking. The suspect said that he couldn't provide officers with much information because he'd only started recently working for the man. But the cops weren't born yesterday, and they immediately knew from the expression on his girlfriend's face that something was up.
It's not my first day. When we knock on a door, if nothing's wrong, I'm just telling you what's bullshit, what you just told that other officer. We knock on a door, if there's no problems, you're not up to any bullshit. Guess what? You open the door and you're like, what's up, dude? Because probably we're at the wrong room. Right. So the fact that that didn't happen, and the fact that she's like, we're in here, and then probably clearly seen him in the eye hole, and next thing you know, there's like a, not quite a minute, but enough time for somebody to go from one point of the let me finish before you get going. But enough time for somebody to go from one point of a hotel room to the other, and then their personal belongings, like, is on the floor. Like they were like trying to dip out and hide, and then we had to call you out like that. Listen, dude, it's not my first day. Why is your phone sitting on the floor? Because you're like, police. You got up and went in the back, and you were going to try to hide to see what we were here for.
The officer wanted to know how the suspect had reserved the room, but the man stuck to his guns, claiming again that his boss Jason made it. He went on to say that his boss Jason was staying in the same hotel in room 118. To get to the bottom of things, the officers then questioned the suspect's girlfriend.
So, how do you know him?
I've known him for about 6 months
Okay, you said for a long time, but now it's only 6 months.
Well, to me, that's a long time, and Colin's a lot. And it's funny.
His name's Colin? Who's that? What's his name? Okay, go on.
It's funny that this just happened because I got here at 3 o'clock last night in the morning. Because he needs help. And I can't help him. But I can be a person that he can confide in. And he's just going through a lot.
She denied any involvement in the credit card fraud, saying she arrived at the hotel separately from the suspect. She admitted, however, that they'd been recently picked up for the same crime at a Radisson.
I know, but clearly you know what he's doing if you've been caught twice now in this same hotel with him.
But I don't partake.
I mean, it's the same thing, though. Like, you obviously know what's going on, though.
I don't partake in anything that he
But
does.
you still come here and put yourself in this situation knowing that he's doing this, correct?
I put myself in a situation, and it's not for that. It's because
I'm just trying to understand. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. I'm just trying to understand.
I care about him as a person. I'm not here for that. I'm here for him.
Yeah, but you understand what he's doing is illegal, correct? Using other people's credit cards. Where's your stuff? Where's your purse? Do you have a purse?
Yes, you do.
Do you mind if I search it?
I mean, I have nothing to hide. You can search me. But is there a reason why you want to search my purse? Because
I'm just
I'm
asking.
not being arrested. I don't see why you.
Well, I'm just asking if I can.
The cop had suspicion that the woman was hiding stolen credit cards, and while he wanted to search her purse, she declined to give permission. Looking for inconsistencies, they continued questioning the woman to see if her story lined up with the man's version.
Okay. So how did you guys get this room?
He did. I got here when you can check the cameras. I got here at like 3:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I didn't come in here with him.
How did you know to come here though? He called or texted you?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the credit card's not in there, why would it be a problem if we didn't just make sure the credit card's not in there?
Because if I'm not being arrested.
Well, I'm just trying to get the credit card back. I could care less than anything else.
I mean, you could be in that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him to see if I can. See if I can.
I know my rights, and I have nothing.
Yeah, you have right. That's why we're asking if you're just to see if we can see if the credit card's in there.
If I'm not, it's not. I'm telling you right
Well,
now,
if
it's not. But if I'm not being arrested, officer, I don't know why you would have to search me or my belongings.
Clearly, you hanging around him is probably not a good idea if he's going to keep putting you in these situations. And I would suggest that if you continue to do this, you will continue to be arrested for it.
Frustrated by his lack of cooperation, the officers told the male suspect to retrieve his wallet and phone. Although he quickly found his phone, he said he didn't know where his wallet was. It was oddly convenient that he managed to lose his wallet at the very exact moment the cops showed up.
Yeah, no, that's right. Is that why you're here? Just because you guys are shooting up?
Check me.
But there's dope in there, G? Yeah, there's a needle.
Do you use?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it's a rhetorical question, but...
The woman didn't deny that the needle was hers, but she did deny she was an intravenous user. And while she wouldn't allow the officers to search her purse, she agreed to hold it open to prove the man's wallet wasn't inside. In the other hotel room, the man got a hold of Jason on the phone.
Hey, how'd you get the room? How'd you get the hotel room? How'd you pay for it?
You sure got the right number, dude? What hotel room? It's Jason.
I know.
What hotel room?
You got the hotel room.
I don't have a hotel room.
For our work.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
How did you...
I'm at my house.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm at my house.
Hey, this is Patrolman Porter with the Middleburg Heights Police Department.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I would assume so. So, I have a question. So you did not purchase a room for, what's this dude's name?
Sean.
For Sean?
Man.
No, listen.
I just woke up, man. What are you talking about?
So you didn't purchase huh?
Can you call me back? I just woke up, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so you're getting flaky now.
I just woke up, man. I don't know what this is.
This is a police officer.
Okay, I'm starting.
Yes.
Alright, I'm starting to believe you, dude. I'm not a little.
The cops are now thinking that the male suspect was telling the truth the whole time, or at least partially telling the whole truth anyway. But whether or not he was being truthful, the couple would have to leave the hotel room. And just when it looked like the suspect would get away scot-free, then the cops caught him in another lie.
What's your actual name?
Alright. When's your birthday? 328? 88. Alright. Alright.
What?
What's your address in Fairview Park? Alright, put your hands behind your back. Come on. What do you mean? Quit f***ing, dude. Your name's not Sean.
How did you get here?
Because you gave me the wrong birthday.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Alright. And you couldn't even give me the correct address in Fairview Park.
It's 210.
Yeah, you're wrong.
What are you talking
So what's your
about?
actual...
My birthday is 5/28/88. I told you that 4 times.
No, you gave me 328.
It's
You gave me
5/28/88.
328.
No, it's not.
Okay.
They placed the man in the back of a squad car where he continued being elusive about his true identity. Not only did he say that he didn't know his social security number, but he also claimed that he didn't know his age. To make matters more confusing, he didn't look anything like the mugshot of the person he claimed to be.
So when is your birthday? 5/28. Casey, when is the birthday? It's 27th.
I'm 27.
You just told me 5/28.
I'm 28. 88. I literally can't remember anything.
Where's the person
Cities.
Mostly Cleveland.
It's really honestly hard for us to believe that because the picture of you, yeah, I understand it's a year ago, but you don't even look at it.
Tilford.
What?
Tilford,
Yeah, it's in 22. So it's a year ago. You don't even look like that person at all. 100%?
Still completely confused about the suspect's identity, the cops turned back to his accomplice again. While up to this point, she'd only hindered their investigation, this time around, she finally gave them something.
One last chance.
Can I just ask this and I will tell you?
Okay.
You're going to find out who he is regardless, right?
100%. He's never leaving until we find out who he is. He'll sit in a jail cell until we find out who he is.
I can always spell out the last name, but you can't.
All right, first name.
Colin, Colin. Last name is E.R.
Sit here a bit.
Why are you giving a fake name, dude? Fake name. What's a lie? Obviously, he's a drug addict. What cases? Affirmative. We're trying to identify one individual here. Still, what is these cases?
It turned out the woman was telling the truth. When the suspect's name came back, it was attached to an active warrant. Finally, the quest was over, and they'd identified their John Doe. But even with the evidence stacked against him, the guy still didn't want to admit that they got him.
Bingo. On the count of 3, we're both going to say your first name. Okay? On the count of 3, I want you to do it with me. We're going to say your first name.
Okay.
On the count of 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
Sean.
Colin. Oh.
Christopher.
All right, we're out. You want to know what his warrant's for?
Arson.
Identity theft.
Oh, there we go.
Charge: drug possession, aggravated burglary, firearms spec, identity fraud, tampering with evidence, arson, having weapons while under disability, inducing panic, defacing identification marks of firearms. Like, holy.
On top of the existing warrants, the suspect was charged with forgery, identity theft, and obstructing police. On August 12, 2023, police were dispatched to a Marshall's outlet after a former employee was called trying to leave the store with a shopping cart full of stolen beauty products.
How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. So, former employee?
Yes.
Okay, so what all did you take then?
She had a cart full of beauty products that she put into that black bag. I couldn't tell you exactly what they were, like makeup products, hair products.
When you say former employee, like she was fired or she was...
She was let go.
She was let go?
Yeah.
Was it for theft by chance?
I don't know the details, but I can ask the assistant manager real quick if you want.
Sure, yeah, because that helps add up to the history as well, too. So
Yeah, and they've put in like 7 or 8 reports. I don't have those on her. On her.
Okay, but you're the one that saw her pass through all lines of...
Oh yeah, I'm.
Okay. Do you guys have
her to the back, followed her to the front.
Do you guys have surveillance footage of it as well too?
I don't have of her concealing. What I did was we have mirrored tiles in the ceiling.
Okay.
In the ceiling. So I was down there and I literally watched her stuff that black backpack full of stuff.
Okay.
But I can show you her coming in, going out.
Okay, and you guys are looking to pursue charges?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you be willing to fill out a a written statement as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The woman apologized for stealing, saying she was homeless and times were tough. While it may be true times are tough, it doesn't give you the right to take whatever you want, especially beauty products that have no bearing on survival.
Okay, so what all did you take today then?
Just the makeup.
Just the makeup? Well, where's all that makeup I have right now?
It's on top of the car.
Okay.
I don't have anything on me.
Okay.
I'm pregnant and everything. My boyfriend is inside of there with my phone. He was charging it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you just stole all the stuff because of times are hard and you just have no money for it?
Yeah, it was a mistake. Sorry.
Okay. Have you ever stolen from there before? Or like when you worked there?
When I would know. I worked there for almost a year.
Okay.
That was like a while ago though.
Oh, so it's been a while since you've been there?
Yeah.
Okay, have you stolen from there since then?
No.
Okay. Then why would today be any different?
I guess today was just a really hard day. I just needed. I just don't have money. I'm sorry.
Any drinking or drugs on board today?
No, sir.
None of that. How far along are you?
3 months.
3 months. Okay.
She then asked the officer if she could simply hand over the items and go on her way. But unfortunately for her, that's not how things work. Shoplifters have to learn, of course, that there are consequences for their actions. If there was just a slap on the wrist for stealing, no one would be afraid to steal.
You have anything else that you need to let me know?
Can I just give this stuff back and like...
Well, unfortunately, no. They want to prosecute, so at this point, you are being placed under justice. You want to stand up for me? So we're going to get this backpack taken off you, okay?
Okay. That's my boyfriend right there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do anything then. Is there any way? Please be careful and pregnant.
Yeah, we're not going to hurt you, okay? Hey, partner, can you stay on the sidewalk for me real quick? We'll let you know what's going on, man.
He's being placed under arrest for theft.
Oh, you wanna get out?
Yep. Hey, Harmony, let's go this way.
He has my...
She's going to go to the squad.
Yeah, we'll chat with you in a second, okay, man?
Baby, please don't go to my shows, okay?
Hey, Harmony, we're going to go this way, okay?
Can I give him a kiss, please?
Yeah, once we get you in the car and everything, we'll bring him over as long as you're still cool with us, okay? Do you want your purse with you, or do you want boyfriend to take it?
He can take it, please.
Okay. You can face my partner's car?
The suspect pled with the officers to let her go, but they explained to her that it was out of their hands as the store manager wanted to press charges. After searching the woman and putting her in the back of the cruiser, they allowed the woman to speak to her boyfriend. While they discussed her options, the cops had some very bad news for the boyfriend.
Hey, Richard. Yeah. Hey, go and turn around for me, man.
You got a warrant.
You got a warrant for your arrest too, man. We're gonna take this off of you, all right? Yeah, we'll get this taken with her.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, you have a Thurston County warrant for robbery. It's the same one I arrested you on about a month and a half ago. There's nothing new, no new charges, just a warrant.
Wait, so... You think I'm gonna get bailed out?
You want to take this one with you?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm gonna walk you over to my car, man. Again, you got nothing new, dude. Just the old stuff you gotta take care of. Spread your feet for me. You got anything in your pocket's gonna prick pride for me? Anything gonna hurt me? Any cat needles?
No needles.
The needles are my biggest concern, man. I don't want to get poked.
If I was on fentanyl, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be twacked out.
You use it all?
No.
Okay.
I'm an alcoholic.
Alcoholic? Yeah, once I get to search, I'll recheck him again, man. Appreciate you being cool with us.
It's anyone's guess why the man chose to hang around knowing that he had a warrant. But either way, these two are going to be heading to jail together. After a quick search, he was also placed in the cruiser without incident. This goes to show that when suspects show respect, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Hey man, what kind of music you like?
You on Spotify?
I'd have to re-download it again, man, so...
I know you get, just kind of like some Christian hip-hop. You ever heard of Mike Teasy?
That's right. You had me play one song for you last time I arrested you. What's the name of that song again?
It's Mike Teasy, Child of the Word.
I don't think that was it.
No, it was something else.
Let me try to see if I still got it, man.
Just type in Mike Teasy.
Mike Teasy?
Yeah. Child of the Word.
Child of the Word. Okay, give me 1 sec, man. See what I can find for you. No, I wasn't able to look it up. I thought I still had it in my recent history, but at least it didn't stand out. And the other one you had me look up was, it was like Child of the Word or something that popped up by Mr. Kitty.
You play some Metallica?
Oh, heck yeah, dude. I can definitely get you some Metallica. Yeah, you're speaking my language with the Metallica, dude. I've been on a big Metallica kick lately.
Yeah, hey, I went to the concert too one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So this song was when they did, they were live up here in Seattle back in the early 90s.
Yeah, my mom went there, bro. She got her belly sign along with her.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Dang. Gotta start you off young, man.
The woman, Harmony Jade Curry, was charged with suspicion of theft. Her boyfriend, Richard, was arrested for his active warrant for robbery. On New Year's Day, 2023, in Lakewood, Ohio, police responded to reports of a theft at a local drugstore. Upon arrival, the cops were informed about some crooked activity at the checkout. 2 employees were accused of stealing, resulting in a theft of over $2,000 worth of stolen merchandise.
I'm waiting for the police. Hi, my name's John. The one so I'll give you the Reader's Digest version and answer any questions that
Okay.
We have 2 employees. And what they've been doing, what did I just spill on here? No, they will go through and outline each of the incidents.
You have our caller, let it know.
Each of the incidents is outlined.
Yeah.
Other people, customers, who would friends of theirs that would come in. So
gotcha.
And there was $100 of merchandise not run out. I said, you stole 100 and I stole 100. Because we participated in it together.
Right.
And I bring up, I would say, I stole 200, and you stole 100, and he stole 100. So that's how I came up with the totals.
Okay.
All of these videos are on this jump drive. There's about 1 gigabyte of videos.
Okay.
Just for YouTube to keep. I'm sorry, I got a little concerned that I lost. 95% of the time, you'll see the word unknown.
Right.
This is the list of all the items corresponding with the date, the time, the incident number, the date that it happened, the time that it happened, who the cashier was, and who the customer was. You know, this unknown, I don't know who that customer is. What the items were, what the dollar retail value. Now, sometimes you'll see, times 3. There's a lot of information here.
The manager informed the officers that the suspects were still in the building. With evidence in hand, the officers questioned the suspects separately. Doing so is a common law enforcement tactic to spot holes in a story. Unless the suspects rehearsed their story, thinking they might be confronted by police, there were bound to be inconsistencies.
So, in your words, so we have like the written part, what he says. So you want to explain to me, like, what, in your own words, what's been going on?
Okay, so I've been an employee here for about like 4 months. Apparently, this is what happened. So there's a way on the system where you can ring things like moderation style. So basically, make a long story short, it all started with someone ringing out my stuff. Wasn't supposed to with the right price. Like, I guess they kind of moderated it and stuff like that. So make a long story short, just basically kind of took advantage of that and just been doing it. So me and another coworker was kind of sort of like, helping each other out for the most part. I wouldn't do it as frequently as some other people might do it, but that did happen. The guy that was involved, someone I was talking to, his name is Cordell, or at least this week goes by. I don't want to go off his Instagram because, or not his Instagram, but his name was like, I remember him calling him K, so I'm gonna say Kevin or something like that, or Calvin or some shit.
Okay.
But he go by Cordell though. He used to come at me and was dating. I did do that like 2 or 3 times now. So that's just the truth.
While one officer questioned the male suspect, another officer questioned the female accomplice. After being told how serious things were, the female said she regretted her decision to be involved in the scheme, stating things quickly spiraled out of control.
The manager was kind of explaining things, all right, and basically when a crime of theft reaches a certain threshold over $1,000,
I didn't even know that
it becomes something different. It goes from misdemeanor to possibly a felony. Okay, but it's also a matter of what the store, being that they don't want to do it matter, okay?
And then it got to the point where it got comfortable, and I knew I was wrong, and I was like, yeah, this can't keep. When you give an estimate, I didn't know that they had went, to 1,000 or over 1,000 or whatever it was. I'm not thinking of that. I'm just trying to get my kids what they need, and as I know that there are consequences for that. I'm not saying that just because I have a story, everybody has a story, everybody has something going on. But it's just like, I didn't want him thinking it was somebody else involved, because I never put anybody else in that position. It was only me and Daryl that had, those communications.
The woman explained that she and her accomplice had been involved in the scheme for about a month. She seemed pretty truthful and displayed remorse for what she'd done. She might have been genuinely remorseful, or she might have been simply putting on a show for leniency. But whatever the case, it would now be up for a judge to decide.
I just want to know, so I don't want to prolong anything. You guys have stuff y'all got to do and get to. Is there help that I can get as far as like the, you get what I'm saying, like as far as like helping with getting things in order? So I'm not in this position. I'm not going to do this again, but I'm saying where I'm not in a position where I feel like I'm that low. You're going to stoop to that position.
Well, we deal with many, many people, okay, at all different crimes and all different whatever. We think it's under $1,000, okay? So
either way, I still need to have my consequence. I'm not backing down from that. I'm a whole mother, so if I sit here and I get, dismissed, I got dismissed my whole life,
Well, again, we deal with many
not
people.
like with y'all, but with life, so many times I could have been in a bad situation. So many times I could have been gone and not here anymore, so.
Well, again, listen, that's okay, and what I'm trying to tell you is that we deal with many people, okay? Some people steal because they're criminals, okay? Some people steal
I'm legally, yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying that you are not, you don't fall under that category, okay?
The officer here took pity on the woman, going above and beyond to answer her questions. It was obvious he believed the woman was being truthful, and therefore he offered her legal advice to the best of his ability. It was clear the officer believed in redemption and that those who are willing to learn from their mistakes should be given a second chance.
If I'm understanding this correctly, if the dollar amount is less than $1,000 and it's a misdemeanor, okay, we are going to cite you, we're going to process you. Basically take a photograph of you, fingerprint you, okay, and then we're going to release you. Okay, you're going to be free to go, all right, with a court date, okay? You come to court, you explain yourself. If I'm in your shoes, I would explain myself to the judge, because you're not the standard person that comes in a store to steal, okay? So I would explain myself.
My job was taking stuff and selling it and making a profit out of it.
Yeah.
This would benefit, not me.
Well, again, something to explain to a judge, right, or a magistrate.
One thing that's important to understand here is that while both these people conspired to commit fraud together, as the loss prevention manager explained, the crimes they committed were not exactly equal. Still, how that would play out would be out of the officer's hands.
Hers is $1,808 in common insurance. Okay. His is $2,104 because he was. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not saying that there's $4,000 for merchandise.
If he ran out, you had $100 for him and $100 for her.
Correct.
So it can be $1,000, it cannot be $1,000.
But there's $2,104 between the two of them. Hers was only 1,808 of that. I hope I'm explaining. It was complicated writing it all out.
They were both involved in $1,800.
Correct. And he was involved with additional, but not all of it. Yes, he was.
Trying to make it clear because so the total would be just $1,800 between her and him. Is where I'm getting lost.
Give or take $38. Yes.
It's $1,800. So the combined number is $1,800 of merchandise missing.
Between the two of them.
There's merchandise missing.
Yes.
Okay. And because he rang up other customers, so that's why his go up to 21.
Yes. You have a good understanding.
But we just trying to figure out because you said if he rang her out or she rang him out, you still add 100 to each of them instead of if he was the one purchasing the items, it would just be $100 that he stole. Just because she was ringing him out, it would be $100 half to hers.
If you and me go in the store and I hold a bag and you put the merchandise in the bag, we're both responsible. We wouldn't take the merchandise in the bag and divide it in half and say you stole half and I. We both stole everything that was in the bag.
At this point, who stole more was irrelevant and would have to be sorted out at a later date. With both suspects cooperating with officers, the loss prevention manager told them they were suspended and criminally trespassed from the premises. Next, they were informed of their rights and placed in handcuffs.
All right, man, you want to stand up? You want to put your phone in your pocket? And you put your hands behind your back for now. All right. So you understand what he told you, right?
Okay. Do I need to get my code?
Your code?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's in my break room.
We'll go about that when we get you out of here. All right, and we'll go down the stairs this way.
Is it gonna be like incognito?
Well, I mean, there's a back door. We went out the back door.
Do you have a purse or code or anything? We'll kill with this. We're gonna put you in the car. You know, we'll get off.
Not clock out.
What are they going to clock out?
No, I got it. I just got it. Yes,
Anything else?
the hat and gloves. I was just pointing out all the pockets. And I put it over me.
Well, we're just gonna walk right out here, okay? Information, sir.
Yeah, so we're right over here.
We can only hope that their consequences were enough for at least one of these suspects to learn their lesson and that they won't go on to make the same mistake twice. Stealing from an employer is pretty low. Your job is your livelihood, and taking a little or a lot extra for yourself is unacceptable, no matter how you look at it. So for these criminals, it's only a matter of time till we find out what happens when these dumb employees get caught stealing on the job.